James Kennerly is Portland's 11th municipal organist. He's brand new to the job, just started in January, and he's preparing for his debut concert at Merrill Auditorium in April.
That preparation takes a lot more work than one might think. In fact, James calls it mapping a flight plan. He spends hours setting up the right notes, and you're about to find out why.
This instrument is so special. It's one of only 2 municipal organs in the country and one of a small handful in the whole world, in that it's not in a church space, it's in a concert hall. And that's incredibly unusual, and partly because it has, as I say, all these amazing sounds. But this was built in 1912, so it's over 100 years old, and people listened and had a whole different sound world in those days that you just can't get now. So this is one of the few instruments where you can go right back in time and hear what it used to be like in the 1910s and 12 and the 1920s. It's just extraordinary.
Most of the pipes you see are a facade. It's behind the curtain where things get really interesting.
The smallest pipes start down here, and then as the sound gets deeper, the pipe gets longer. So these ones are 8 feet long. And then you can see all the pipes inside these boxes here. When I move the pedal, it closes these shades, like closing the blinds, and it's like putting it mutes the sound and gets quiet and loud. So that's how you make the organ loud and quiet.
Even though James is new to this organ, he knows it inside and out.
This is an organ pipe. I'm probably going to get told off if I play this, but it's like playing a recorder.
Wind blows through these massive pipes.
This is where the magic happens.
Which leads us to a sealed room backstage.
The wind chest, and when I turn the organ on, all of the wind comes in down here from the basement, and this fills up with air. So this is pressurized, like being in an airplane. Every single pipe and every single stop has its own set of mechanisms like this, and it's incredibly complicated. So all the pipes we saw upstairs, this is the kind of the backstage to the pipes. And all this technology is from the 1912 instrument.
Impressive, right? Mix that with new technology.
These are all the buttons I was pushing, the combinations. This is the brainchild behind that. So that's the 21st century part.
It's that piece that allows James to create combinations of instruments and save them as a quick default setting.
That's so strange.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. I have a marimba. I've got a glockenspiel.
Oh, wow.
And I have chimes. These are all real sounds. These are not made out of speakers and amplifiers. And then some of the coolest things, I have a set of percussion sounds. Here is a doorbell. I don't know which piece I'm going to use that in yet, but I probably will. Here's a car horn. Got a train whistle, fire gong. There's the hooves bell in F, and then the triangle. And a Turkish cymbal, and then I have all kinds of cymbals in the pedal here, so I can crash the cymbals together, and I can play the bass drum. So between all of these tricks, I can really make an amazing sound for the orchestra. So that's really unusual for a pipe organ, and I think that's what makes the Kotzschmar so unique.
Do you ever get bored playing this?
No. Well,
how could you?
It's seriously, if you think of the number of combinations, because I played all those sounds just then on their own, but you can then combine sounds together, and if you think of every combination, it's millions of different combinations, and we never get bored.
How long does it take you to learn where everything is?
Many hours. And I'm still learning. It will, in 10 years' time, ask me the same question. I'll be like, oh, I'm still trying to figure out where this one is or how to, because when you're playing a piece, you have to jump around, and getting used to moving like that is, you just have to spend hours doing it, because every pipe organ is different. And this pipe organ is one of the biggest in the world, so there's a lot of moving around to make sure you catch all the bits.
What's more complicated, conducting an orchestra or conducting this orchestra?
Oh, playing the organ. by far. When you conduct, you just let the orchestra do it themselves, and they'll come in even if you don't give the right movement. With this, if I don't put my hands in the right place or push the right button, then all hell can break loose. So.
Which nobody wants. You don't want that. We introduced you guys to James last night, and I had mentioned to you that he was like a little kid. He was so excited about it. You can see that even more when he's playing with all the different sounds.
Who wouldn't be? I mean, he's got train whistles, he's got car horns, he's got glockenspiels.
He's got everything you could ever want. I did ask him what's more complicated, figuring that out as an orchestra, or actually conducting an orchestra, because he does both.
Yeah.
Figuring the organ out, obviously, was way more complicated.
Yeah, no, understandably so.
And we saw the new technology versus the old technology. Which one do you think is more complicated?
I put my money always on the old, or on the reliability, the old, more reliable.
More reliable, yes. The new technology always goes bad.
Again, you can see James Kennerly perform for the first time as the municipal organist at Merrill Auditorium in Portland on April 18th.